Today is December 21st, 2020. I'm currently in the Puainako neighborhood in Hilo, Hawaii. Today it rained a little bit earlier. Of course, it's December. Looking forward to seeing what the other seasons, what January is going to be like, but this is pretty much winter on the Big Island. I'm the clouds are just starting to go away. I was hoping to, even though it's a day late, get to see the alignment between Jupiter and what's this other one called? Jupiter and Saturn, but I think a little bit more of the clouds need to clear out of the way. Looks like the sky's clearing up, but only right next to where I am, which is not surprising. It's just kind of rolling rainstorms. Something that I think is a little bit funny about palm trees is that they're like different girths depending on like where it is that you look at them, so it kind of looks like they swallowed something. Some of them look like they swallowed something. I noticed it's like palm trees of a specific type, like these ones. This type is always like it's always the same girth all the way through. But I don't know, I guess there's a few different types of palm tree out here, and There's one. There's one across the street. You can't really see it. That basically reminds me a little bit of a piranha plant from the Super Mario games. Like one that swallowed something and still swallowing it. Oh shoot, okay, this is actually... I realized I need to be careful walking at night on these streets. Because bullfrogs like to come out. That's what I need to get. I need to get like someone's cheap beat up car. We'll see how it goes. Still debating on whether to get a moped or a bicycle. At least at first. Hopefully there are no bullfrogs here in this particularly dark street. And I swear if I ever step on one, if I ever step on a bullfrog, I mean they're pretty big, like they're quite big, like I mean that's gonna be like quite a squish that you feel. I definitely will freak out mildly. I'll definitely have a superficial meltdown if I if I step on one of those things. So apparently, other than wild roosters, which are common here, I still haven't really seen any wild chickens, but roosters just seem to roam free. I really would like to know the history behind that. I'm told there are also wild pigs. And they kind of just run around and just do whatever, like in residential neighborhoods and everything. Oh shoot, biggest news of the day. Biggest news of the day is that, okay, so it is December 21st, 2020. And on the night of the 20th, Kilauea volcano erupted. And when I first heard this, like, I got a text, and since I've just been living here a month and I've never lived any place with any threat of volcanic activity before, I was just like, okay, like, should I be freaking out? Like, what's the protocol? What is the protocol? Someone just text, no one's ever texted me casually like, oh, like, the volcano's erupting. Like, that is not a casual text in my book. So like, I immediately, start texting back, texting around the people I know, like, are we supposed to do anything? Like, and people who've already been here long enough, they just text me back like, just let it erupt. So, so what I ended up finding out was that in general, when the volcanoes erupt here, it's relatively safe. The main one that's active tends to run into the water. Tends to run into the ocean, and it's kind of looked at a little bit. It looks like it's kind of looked at almost like something rare, like a rare treat, like a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse, and maybe even a little bit, what's the word? Maybe special in almost like a sacred way, like other acts of God, like when thunder claps or lightning strikes, and so what I found out is that people, in general, when it erupts, people will go and visit it during the evening time and just sort of sit back in awe and just reflect on, how small we all are. I feel like I can imagine that's what it makes you feel like, standing in front of a flowing volcano. There's a lot that we've been able to get control of, in this world, but there's still quite a number of big ones. Like planetary activity that we just have no control over, and so, yeah, it's looked at as a bit of a treat just to be able to go and see it. So, in any case, I'm just glad to know that it's safe. It's the most important part.